ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਮਿਲ ਹੋ ਚਾय टाइम ਦੀ ਮਹਿਫਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਈਮਨ ਆਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਫ਼ਤਗੂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ योगाचारिणी माइत्री ਨਾਲ आओ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ So Maitreyi, हम बात कर रहे थे about yoga. So there's so many different types of yogas these days. You know, there's hot yoga, there's workout kind of yoga. Tell me about that. Is that correct way of practicing yoga or is it not? Or is there really a correct way of practicing it?
Okay, if you look at, there's no right or wrong or judgment on the yoga that is there, but traditionally or originally, if you look at the word yoga itself, it means yuj, to yoke, to bind, to bring together. So what we are looking at is to bind or to bring together our body, emotions and mind with the divine principle or the divine consciousness. And that takes systematized, a little bit of discipline, a little bit of play, both, a nice balance that is there. So if that is not there, then it is not yoga, if you ask me. If it's only body focused to the point of, you know, just developing the best calf muscles, then it misses out. It's like using the airplane just on a runway.
Right.
So, you know,
you're not using it fully for what it's for.
And you're feeling very proud about it. You know, oh, I can, you know, fly the plane on the ground for, you know.
Yeah, that's a little strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, when yoga, first of all, yoga, what was it used for initially? Because it probably wasn't used to build calf muscles or anything, was it?
No, it was to prepare the body to become a vehicle of the divine.
Okay.
And in that sense, yes, a conscious body is developed.
Okay.
A conscious mind is developed. So you're opening the body, you're opening the mind to this higher consciousness or to this broader perspective of life. Otherwise, most of us, due to our conditioning, have very narrow viewpoints of life.
Right.
And this opens your viewpoints.
Okay.
That's the beauty of yoga.
All right. Now, we were earlier chatting a little bit about stress management and how we can use different breathing exercises or different poses to manage stress, to bring that down. So, can you show us something? I mean, for example, let's say I'm in the car and someone's cut me off and I'm really stressed. Can we do something to turn that energy in a positive way?
Oh, yes. In fact, that's the beauty of yoga. It's just the simple things that you can shift in your life. And that's why I put my feet up, because ideally it's better to sit with the back straight.
Okay.
Not that you can't do it otherwise, but if you're sitting in the car, just sit as comfortably as possible. And again, we saw that breath is related to emotions.
Right.
So if you're irritated, there's a particular practice called the Bhujangini Mudra that you can do. Again, the Bhujangini is the female cobra. And whenever you're irritated by something, you can hiss it out consciously.
Okay.
So just breathing in through the nose and we breathe out through the teeth.
Okay.
So that's, do you want to do it?
Sure, let's try that.
Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Yeah, you look like a happy cobra.
I can't get rid of a smile.
No, that's very cute.
Okay.
So when you're really agitated, irritated, this can be used as well as the cleansing breath.
Okay.
You breathe in through the nose and you breathe out through the mouth with a...
Okay.
So that's also a mechanism.
So this is for...
Releasing stress, irritation, anything that you're holding in. Like sometimes we bottle up emotions and everything comes out all at once. It just bursts out.
Okay.
So this can be released. The stress that you're holding in can be released at periodical intervals, anytime.
And how long do you have to do this? Like the hissing and the...
You can do 3 rounds, 6 rounds, 9 rounds, any point in time. You don't have to be, you know, kind of go to a yoga class to do it. And that's why it's so...
You could do it anytime.
Anytime, in front of the computer.
It's something that you can do. It's very simple.
It's very simple.
You know, when we get angry or we get some sort of irritation, because ultimately emotions are energies, right?
Yes.
And so is that, can we say the anger energy that we have, is that a negative energy or is it what we do with it that is negative?
Yes. That's very nicely put, because if you look at anger itself, we're not categorizing or we're not judging it as anger is good, bad, but how we deal with anger. So if you misplace your anger, let's say your boss shouts at you and you go and shout at your subordinate, because obviously, you know, you're
not going to yell at the boss. That would be a smart thing to do.
Then that is misplaced anger. And also suppression. A lot of women, especially in India, are conditioned not to be angry. So they hold everything in and it affects their entire abdominal region and organs and various other places.
Okay.
So these two are not good. So in yoga, we're working on release instead of suppression or misplacing the anger.
So release is definitely one thing, but the first step, I think, is realizing that you are angry before things, or realizing that you're stressed before it gets to the point where it's a big issue.
Yes.
So we have to listen to our body to do that. So can you give us some pointers as to what should we look for? I know you mentioned breathing is one.
Yes.
So what happens? So when your body is telling you, okay, I'm feeling stress, I'm feeling anxiety, is it just you're starting to breathe faster, or?
Oh, yes. like we saw in the last segment, the breath rate changes. Also, you won't be able to take nice, long, deep breaths.
Okay, so that's
your
another
muscles are really, really tight.
Okay.
And in terms of your, the way you move through your life, you can completely be in the head, you know, just agitated, just thinking about a million things at the same time and feeling flustered. These are all signs, just day-to-day signs.
So that's when you know what, get some help or do something.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
just do
it's
some
gonna...
practice, just ground yourself, feel like everything is going to fall into place, and you know, you don't have to rush through life and feel overexcited.
Well, thank you so much for coming out, Maitreyi. We really appreciate it.
Oh, pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
उम्मीद करते हैं कि माइत्री जी नाल साडी कीती गुफ्तगू दे जरिए ਤੁਹਾਡੇ योगा मुतलक सवालों के कुछ जवाब ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ मिले होंगे।